Congratulations to Oregon State. Extremely young team, probably the youngest in the country, only team we play younger than us. Their kids play hard. Wayne's a great guy, so congratulations on their season. Obviously, Dylan was unbelievable tonight. It's 11 for 15, 31 points. So, you know, I tell these guys all the time that if you'll just play as hard as you can and work as hard as you can, results eventually come if you have talent. So he and I have been on a journey all year to replace Tiger and figure out how he can be him instead of Tiger, and just getting used to playing a lot of minutes. And he's gotten really comfortable in the last month. Outside of the USC game was a tough night for all of us, me included. So we both had an off night that night. But other than that, he's been great, and our defense was excellent, and that was the key to the game. You look really good when you got a guy who gets 31. So coaching becomes it's a lot easier play calling. But I'll let you guys talk to him.
Go ahead, Ben.
Ben Bolch, Los Angeles Times. Dylan, obviously, Sebastian and Lazar didn't have their best game. Were you noticing that and feeling like you kind of had to carry the team tonight?
I wouldn't say carry the team, but I know, like we're more focused on the defensive end of everything. So like it's good to have the offense come, but our main focus was stopping Jordan Pope and Bilodeau. And I feel like we did a pretty good job at that because those are two players that can get hot and streaky and they can win the game for them. And I feel like we did a good job, and the offensive part just came by itself.
Dave Woods, Bruin Report Online. Dylan, it seemed like you had that matchup of Jordan Pope for most of the game. How tough of a matchup is he, and how do you think you did on him?
I mean, Jordan Pope, man, he's a great player. I've been playing against him since high school when he was at Prolific Prep and I was at AZ Compass. So just, man, to see that we're at the next level playing here is just dope and a blessing. But, man, all credit to him. He can really shoot. And so you got to really be on him the whole entire time. So you don't know if he's going to drive it. You don't know if he's going to step back and pull up. So, but I would give credit to my team for sure, just knowing that, man, not one person guarding. We have all five, knowing that when he has the ball, that we all got to be locked in. So.
Second row here in the middle.
Joseph Crosby, Daily Bruin. Adem, what were you seeing from Dylan, and did it become a priority for you guys to kind of facilitate towards him just with the way he was playing offensively, especially in that second half?
No, I think we're just playing as a team, find the open man, kick it one more. If I'm not open the post, I pass it out. If he's not open, I pass it out. I think we're just moving the ball and find the open man and getting a good shot. But let's try to get the open shot. So.
Dr. Ben here on the left.
Dylan, you talked about confidence kicking in to help you with the play the last couple of months. What else has gone into it? I mean, obviously, you probably put in extra work. What else has gone into the way you've played for like 2 months now?
I mean, just like confidence is a big thing, I would say. And just my teammates, man, they talk to me every day, man, in the locker room and stuff like that, and just knowing that they trust me and whatever decision I make, they're okay with that. That plays a big part as well. And just knowing right now, man, it's win or go home for us. So I'm going to give my all the whole entire time. So.
Front row on the right.
Luke Evans, Orange County Register. Dylan, when Mick talks about the process of, the journey of not being Tiger and being yourself, what does that look like for you, when he kind of describes that?
I mean, the journey of just not being Tiger, it's different, being the point guard at UCLA. You're going to go through adversity. But, man, Coach trusts me, my teammates trust me, and I trust them, so.
Any other questions for the athletes? Michelle?
For either of the guys, this is the last of the Pac-12 era, and it probably hasn't sunk in yet because you guys are still playing, but what about being part of the last Pac-12 tournament?
I think it's really amazing because we play for a school that has a lot of rich history in the Pac-12, and representing the school for the last time and for the last time we're ever going to play in the Pac-12 is really big, and we really want to leave our mark in the Pac-12 for the last time, so we're doing everything to carry our school name.
All right, man.
Any other questions for the athletes? No?
You're good.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Hi, Coach.
Yeah, take your water bottle.
Coach, kind of the same question I asked to Dylan.
Ben,
What have you seen?
Be honest, you want this, don't you?
That is pretty cool, I have to admit. What have you seen out of Dylan that's kind of gone into his rise these last couple of months?
Just he's just not giving up. You know, all I ask him to do is continue to play as hard as you can and work as hard as you can. And, you know, he referenced it a little bit, and I'm sure he, you know, didn't go all into the pressure of the situation he was put in this year. And let's be honest, I would have loved to have gotten more around him. It'd make it easier on him. Some older guys, you know, it's nothing against anybody else, but we're, you know, it's just, that's the way it shook out, as you know. So it was just, I put him in a tough spot. But it's obviously, you know, adversity creates opportunity too. So, but some people wilt under it, as you know. You know, there's a lot of guys get drafted number one, and they hand them a starting job as a quarterback, and they don't last 2 years. You're talking to a guy that grew up in Cincinnati. I saw some of that in the 80s and 90s. So, you know, it's just because you get the opportunity, so it can crush you as well, right? So he's done a great job of just showing up every day. Because there's been some lows, you know, for all of us, as you know. But he's shown a lot of character.
Has he done anything with his shots? His shot?
I think, you know, I tell you this. You just got to keep trying to go back to the things I say. I told you we were going to shoot a low percentage in a nice way before the season started. Young teams shoot a low percentage. Players shoot a higher percentage every year as they get older. Now I want you to go back and look at Kobe Bryant's career. Okay? Giannis is shooting 60% this year, by the way. It's unbelievable. You know, it's just a reality. It takes a while to get yourself comfortable and get your feet wet. And it's nothing's 100%, but that's pretty strong, what I just gave you. You know, young players shoot a low percentage and as they gain experience. But you're talking about technical tweaks. No, I mean, I try to work with him on taking his time. That you know, again, but you rush when you're young and jittery. That's been the biggest thing that he and I have worked on.
The fourth spot tonight, you went back to the two centers at one point, but it
Yep.
seemed like Brandon Williams was at a more assertive second half. What
Much
did you see out
more
of that
assertive.
spot?
Yeah, we were struggling. You know, look, Burke was out of it today. Tomorrow's another day. And you know, Adai was playing well, so I figured let's just you know, we had the lead. Let's give it a shot for a little bit. You know, Bilodeau was out, so Adem didn't have to deal with him making threes. You know, I don't want to mess his name up, but number 12 doesn't shoot it as well as Bilodeau. So, you know, we don't practice that way hardly at all at this point. But it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that long, 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. But I think we might have stretched the lead out while they're in there. And you see Adai's journey. He scores. He looks great in the second half. You know, college basketball is physical. I could sit there and say they're fouling him, but you could call foul every play in college basketball in the low post. I mean, you just foul the guy, you know, and he's got to get strong enough to deal with it. And when he gets there, then his skill level is awesome. But if you allow people to foul him, he's going to struggle. And I'm not saying I'm not upset with the officiating. I mean, that's just the way college basketball is. You're fouling every play in the low post. You're allowed to bang the guy to death. And that's every game in every league. It's nothing against this league. That's just college basketball.
Coach, it seemed like Oregon State was trying to get switches to open up Jordan Pope. What did you make of Brandon and Wills and just the whole team's ability?
We did a
to
decent
contain?
job. He shook loose on a play. I got to see the film. First play of the second half, Dylan, I think, you know, hit him with the Wile E. Coyote. Which way did he go? You know, he was wide open. It was too late. Somebody tried to switch, but it was too late. But Wayne runs a million things for him. You know, if you need a set play, he's your guy. He got a lot of plays now. I love him. Wayne's a great guy. We've become friends. I'm going to miss playing against him.
Last one up here in front.
Mick, I believe a few days ago you talked about the amount that you guys put on Adem offensively this
Yeah.
year, and when Dylan's progressing like this and having games like this, what does it do to kind of ease the load on Adem? And
Well, look, we got every game we play is our last if we don't win. Now, starting next week, that'll be for the whole country. Our best players are going to have to play well. Lazar got going a little in the second half. We got to get more from him. I thought Will was gun shy. Sebastian obviously foul trouble and never got into the game. We're going to need all these guys to step up in different ways. So what I would tell you though is, don't underestimate this, guys. They added this stat to the stat sheet. I don't know when. I'm getting old, Ben, but Adem got fouled 10 times. That puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So that goes into why Dylan's so open. I know he had a tough night with his turnovers, but I thought we threw him the ball in spots we shouldn't have thrown him the ball. And something, he had that drive to start the game, and I think he thought he was going to be able to do that all night, which I told they're not going to let you any coach is going to say go steal the ball when a 6'10" guy dribbles. But he got fouled 10 times. That's a strong, strong statistic. When you can put that many fouls on your opponent, get your team that more closer to the bonus and get guys in foul trouble. So even in a night where, he gets 17 and 6 and he's still not at his best night. I just really feel someday with development that the kid's going to be an unbelievable player when his skill and mind catches up to his effort and attitude and athleticism. He just needs time with it, which nobody wants to give anybody this day and age, right? That's just the way it is. So, anything else?
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thank you.